Today I fuck up by wearing a shawl, which ruined my relationship with my GF. Minor background. I am a pretty affectionate, and at times, effeminate, dude. I'm 6'2" and have a pretty tough guy background in that I was in special forces a while ago, and my roommates all served as well, but I also have thin wrists and sit on my friends' laps and blow kisses to them and shit. I'm not gay, I just am me. So while I was in a shop with a roommate a few weeks ago, he saw these really cool shawls that we both couldn't get out of our heads. He returned last weekend to buy them, and now we have these shawls. Mine makes me look like a Star Wars character, and his looks like the outlaw Josie Wales. These are seriously awesome shawls. The first night we wore them, everybody at the dive bar we went to, dudes, thought they were awesome as well. Then this girl and her friend arrive on invite from Shawl Bro, and they are seriously turned off by our sweet shawls. Like, acting pretty weird about them and making comments. Whatever. So I get a call from my GF, she's tired and wants to hang out at mine, and so I bid these mean girls and Shawl Bro adieu and head home. I'm still wearing the shawl when my GF arrives, and she's also really taken aback. She won't even kiss me until I take it off. We do the deed and go to sleep, and the next morning she starts asking me if I'm gay. And she's really serious and aggressive about it. I tell her I'm not, that if I was I'd definitely know if by now, and she counters with her major evidence of the fact that I own a shawl. Anyway, she gets weird and leaves, and then sends me a text later about how she's sorry and that she needs to think about what kind of man she wants, and then doesn't contact me for days. So yesterday I invite her out, she's stumbling over her words and talking about how she likes tough guys and how she grew up in the South and needs to get used to the big city, but that she doesn't know this or that, and eventually I just tell her very politely to get fucked because I'm pretty insulted by this point. On the way back, now that I'm not directly in front of her, I get this long apologetic text from her, but the crux of it is that yeah, she's just not that into me anymore because I wore a shawl. Later on, I tell Shawl Bro about this, and he also had a blowout with the girl he was seeing over his shawl that very same night we went out. We are both going to keep wearing the shawls though, they are warm. TLDR. Me and my friend bought cursed shawls, and now we are single. Edit. She's a nice girl, she's just not picking up what I'm putting down. It's a silly thing to be mad about. And by popular demand. It's shawl over for you hoes. Edit 2. Shawl Bro. If you and Shawl Bro continue to sport shawls and get new, hotter girlfriends, you should call it Shawls Hank Redemption. Search for top comment is definitely over. Shawl Bro's gone wild. Better call Shawl. Two sayings come to mind here, one from my basic instructor, who was also special forces, so I figure you'll like that one I picked up somewhere, I don't remember where a long time ago. What my instructor taught me was simple: if you have something that makes your life easier or more comfortable, like using knee pads or grabbing an umbrella or whatever, and you choose not to use it, you are no tougher or better than the man who chooses to. In fact, if it says anything about you, it probably says you're stupider, because while you're standing there, wet and cold in the rain, he grabbed an umbrella and is dry. The other is, the toughest, most alpha thing you can do in any situation is the thing you want, while everyone else is catering to others' whims, you are confidently being you with no fucks given what others think. My uncle in the army always said something similar: never train to be miserable. He was all about having the right equipment and tools to do things properly. If you're doing a drill in winter, you better damn well have broken-in boots and a proper jacket. I had a sergeant in my unit who every time we deployed, went on training, whatever, he'd have a list of items to take. Whenever he found he needed something and he didn't have it, it would get added to his list for the next time. So he lived the never train to be miserable and taught my young 2LT self to do the same. He and another SGT taught me more about how to be a leader and how to be prepared than OCS ever did. Good NCOs are worth their fucking weight in gold.
These women need to get bent. If anything, to me it solidifies your identity because you are wearing something that you are comfortable in, and fuck all the haters. You do you, my man. If my husband all of a sudden decided to wear one of my shawls, more power to him. Unless of course I was planning on wearing it that day, in which case we would have to battle over it. A woman who is that concerned about you being a manly man clearly has far deeper insecurities than she is letting on. Good riddance, find yourself a lady who won't question your sexuality based on arbitrary reasons. Thank you for the silver. I think this is the first time I've ever gotten anything like that. I can't wait to tell my hubs. Holy macaroni. Thank you for the gold and platinum, this is the best day ever. My hubs will be proud, and we may just have to go out and buy ourselves some matching shawls in celebration.
Thou hast a bullet dodged, shouled sir. Yay, he dodged a bullet here. My ex got on my ass for the same thing. Accused me of being gay or bi because I had bromances with a few best friends, doing the same shit OP does. She didn't trust me when I told her I was 100% sure of my sexuality, and I was confident with who I was. She had a problem with me being myself, and that was a huge red flag for me. I couldn't give her 100% of my personality without her questioning some aspect of who I was. Unfortunately, I stayed in the relationship for 6 months after that huge mistake. Luckily, I got out of it and found someone who loves me for who I am and finds the bromances cute and funny. That's who we all deserve in the end. Someone who loves us for who we are without holding back any of our flaws or traits. Glad you moved on from her. Hopefully OP has better luck with the next one. Sounds like she wanted a reason to F off. I say wear what makes you happy. There's a great Eddie Izzard, who is an executive transvestite, bit where he says he doesn't wear women's clothes. He wears his clothes. And he rocks it. So keep on rocking it. Keep being yourself and doing what you want. They're not women's clothes. They're my clothes. I bought them. It's 2019 and people still assume people's sexual preference based on clothes. Neat. More like blessed shawls that make people show their true selves. Well, she did say that she is from the South, and to those from the South, I get that not everyone is like that, but they are still struggling with the idea of being comfortable with their own body and emotions and not being homosexuals. The shawl is a blessing in disguise because it exposed your girlfriend's questionable beliefs about masculinity. I think that by you wearing a shawl and being affectionate with your guy friends, it just shows you are comfortable in your masculinity. My partner has the same qualities and I'm marrying him in 2 weeks. Get a new girlfriend. Exactly. I make homoerotic jokes all the time to my guy friends. Hell, I was even Hello Kitty for Halloween lady night. Pulled an entire 9-hour shift in customer service wearing pink blush, whiskers, and a bow. This even led to a regular customer trying to set me up with their gay friend. I do all this because I'm not afraid to be effeminate, because I'm comfortable with who I am. I'm not gonna change the way I act just because someone might think I'm not straight. In fact, I get to laugh at those people at the end of the day because they think they have to force themselves to be a manly man to be straight, and they're probably afraid of being called or assumed to be gay. No one knows me better than me, so why should I give a flying fuck about anyone else's ideas about who I am? Like, comment, and share. Reddit Story Topper. Subscribe now.